JBobby, you want to hear my top 5 breakout players for next season?
Maybe.
Number 2, Tyrese Maxey.
I want to see Tyrese Maxey take that next step and become that guy. Because if he doesn't, Joel Embiid is gone.
Dillon Brooks is actually growing on me.
Dillon Brooks is the most misunderstood player in the NBA. He's a good role player, but he's not going to go to China. He's not the worst player in the league.
If you get f***ing cooked up in spaghetti meatball this season, good luck. Welcome back to another episode of Hard in Paint. It is your boy JBobby, the host with the mostest. And I just want to say this. Giannis, I love you, guy. But the fact that you're trying to champion this whole you're not the world champs. You guys are the world champs. You know why? The best players in the fucking world come to the NBA and play in the NBA. That's why you guys are world champs. Jokic plays in there. You play in there. LeBron plays in there. There's no 3 players in the world better than you guys. So for you to say that you guys aren't world champs, it's kind of fucking crazy to me. I don't know, personally. I just want to say, I don't say no hostility because I know you're going through it with Milwaukee right now. Before we get into the show, I want to tell you about Novig. NBA fans, get ready for the season with Novig Sports Betting Championship sponsored by OddsJams. Sign up to receive a virtual credit of $10,000 in-play money to use betting against friends in the house. You can win up to $25,000 in cash prizes. Don't miss out. Sign up now at novig.us/25kchamps. Around the key, we got Colin, Gio in the building. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Fresh off a Giants dub.
Listen, unless the NBA champions beat the champions of the Greek Basket League, they're not my world champs. Not my world champs. I'll say it right here. I'll say it here and now. Any European league, they got to beat them, and then I'll call them world champs. Until then, they're NBA champions, not world champs.
I just want this to be over. We're literally fighting over the definition of the word world.
I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
Winning Time got canceled after season 2. And a lot of people are upset. So the reason for it being canceled is because the low viewership. If you look at Jerry West or Magic Johnson, they weren't on board with the show and how they're being portrayed. Magic Johnson was looking like the freak man of the year, and Jerry West was looking like a man that's possessed by the devil.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's just like I get why, and from their perspective, why they would be mad. And obviously, the show said like, "Yo, this is a little exaggerated, but there is some things that are real, and it is educational for people that didn't know about the Lakers and Kareem." What he meant and Magic Johnson and how he got there. It's fabricated a little bit, but there's some truth in it, and it allows you to learn and be entertained. So the fact that HBO took it off because of low viewership, even though they weren't promoting it like that, is kind of suspect.
Max has been on their fuck shit and been canceling a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have. So I'm not shocked by this. I'm a little upset that this ends with the Celtics winning the championship.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's not right. That's not right in the world. We can't just
end
on
it's
that.
like Avengers ending when like Thanos wiped everyone.
Yeah,
before,
that's
like,
it.
The good guys are supposed to win. It's about the Lakers.
And listen, Magic Johnson was the freak man back then. Like, this is not like where are the lies? Show me the lies. He was the freak man back then. Jerry West, a little bit of the devil, you know.
The coolest part for me was hearing about how the Lakers and even the NBA as a whole like wasn't the big like show that it is now, and how he built it up to that. I thought that was really cool. That was probably my favorite part of the show.
Also, it's important because like what he did for the NBA, right? With the cheerleaders, the marketing, the entertainment. That's like a pioneer in the NBA and moving it forward. Like it's crazy too, because even when you look at like David Stern in there, he's not even like David Stern yet. Like, you know,
that was cool too. You saw a lot of guys, like you saw Pat Riley as like a guy begging for a job, and like we know Pat Riley is the godfather of the NBA. It's just cool, like historic wise.
Even the scene when like they fired their coach and then like Pat Riley had to take over, like that scene was like actually real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like just to relive those moments and get a portrayal of like Jerry Buss, like I never really knew much about. I thought that was dope to see, and that made me want to look into more like Lakers shit and like old like nostalgia, because Bird and Magic, like that is like the pillar of the NBA. Like that's the forefront. And then came Jordan, of course, that elevated even more. But like without Bird and Magic, there would be no NBA. Like it was sinking.
We were supposed to get the Pistons next. Like, you know,
we're
supposed to get that kind of stuff. So
to be honest with you, like I hate talking about what we want because people don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
They don't know us. Like who are we?
Yeah.
We're just not everybody.
No,
needs
you're
a
right.
podcast.
You're right.
But
congrats on the most original comment ever.
I would like to see the Miami Heat being portrayed right in a show. I would like to see like that transition from everybody fucking hating him and then going to Miami and being the villain and then finally winning and then maybe ending with like Cleveland and like winning the championship. Like that would be fire. Like you feel me? That whole like stint. Like I'm biased because I'm a LeBron guy, but I think that would be fire TV.
Yeah, I would definitely watch that. My only thing though is like, imagine like if Winning Time didn't existed. Like I think if we were having a conversation right now, what would be the best like NBA story to make a show out of it would have been the dawn of the Showtime Lakers and like Bird Magic, just because that was like the rise of the NBA too. So it feels like if that didn't succeed, I don't know how much anything else will succeed. And it sucks, but like
people liked season 2 much better than season 1, and I think viewership it was low in general, but I think viewership went up from season 1 to season 2.
I don't think so.
I think they should just stick with dynasties.
Well, but like I said, like look at where we're in. We're in the era where it's like we're on strike. People are like boycotting against like just watching anything or supporting anything, right? It was a great show. Like everybody that's seen it agreed that it's great. And like you can't say that nobody watched the show or it wasn't a success, because when it got canceled, everybody ran to Twitter and was crying about it. So it's like it did something and it meant something. You know, remember that Michigan meme? He was like, "This means something to me." Like that's the same thing. So I think I don't know. I think it was a success, and I think like even if we don't get the Bad Boy Pistons, I think those 2 seasons were enough for like to make people appreciate that artwork.
It's gonna be one of those shows that like 10 years from now is gonna be sitting on HBO and people are gonna watch it and see like, wait, only 2 seasons? What the hell? And they like freak out. Where in the Lakers like overarching history would you have liked to see the show end if it didn't end? Like obviously you don't want it to end with them losing to the Celtics.
I mean, realistically, when Jordan taking over, because one is like who's gonna play Jordan as an actor, and then like how they're gonna sell that, because that's when the end. Like it ended around that time when Jordan came over and Jordan was like the league is mine now. Like that would have been like the perfect like closing to me, and then like Magic Johnson smiling at Michael Jordan riding off into the sunset, some shit like that.
I agree, that would be sick. And I think what they would have to do, because no one wants to watch a show about like the Lakers just like getting smoked like before they got Kobe and Shaq, but if it ended with some sort of like, you know, in Oppenheimer when they're like, yeah, who's this like up and coming like senator trying to make a name for himself? JFK. If it ended with like the Lakers, they're all like crying. Some guy's just like scratching his head, like looking at his screen and just watching like young like Kobe highlights. And then there's another guy in another room like looking at like Shaq like dunking on Orlando, and it's like, and then they just slowly start fading in like the music from the beginning of the show with like the Showtime.
Oh boy,
Just Jerry Buss.
What's so awful?
No.
You told me that wouldn't be sick. You're going, oh boy,
No,
oh
it's
boy.
funny. It's
Jerry
just
Buss
funny.
and
It
David
made me
Stern,
laugh.
and then Jerry Buss just looks at David Stern and like, yeah, we
I
destroyed
think-
the NBA.
I think what would have
That would be hilarious.
how you-
I might like that better just because I like it.
how you could have extended this show
And you
is
just see strippers everywhere.
how you could have extended this
HBO Limitless.
how you could have extended the show is you just focus on dynasties, right? So if you want that seamless transition, is you get the Jordan dynasty now, then you get the Bulls dynasty, so then it's Winning Time, the Chicago Bulls dynasty, whatever.
That's
and then you
too
go
much.
back
That's
to
Well,
what is
they
too
the
much?
reason they
you just
called
keep
it.
doing it. You just keep extending it.
No. It's gonna be cheesy then.
It wouldn't be. They called it Winning Time because Showtime.
Oh, so Magic Johnson going to Michael Jordan? That's not cheesy.
I mean,
What
I
the
mean,
fuck
my-
cheesy
my-
are you talking
my
about?
idea was cheesy as fuck, but I think cheesy
Exactly.
sells.
People
So
love
I don't think
cheese.
it's. I mean, like to me personally, you got to end the show at some point, right?
it just
And then you're
this
like,
is wrong. I think.
and
is
like
the
I'm
big
not
one
gonna
here.
end it with Magic Johnson getting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna end it there.
Yeah, but then you could
Yeah, that
even,
ain't
but the producers and then the creators can make even more money by just making it about more dynasties.
But it would just
People
be
would
like, because it's
I
just gonna
think
be a
people would
money
watch
grab
it.
at that point, and then
It's
it's
fine.
like,
People would watch it. It's entertaining. I would watch it. I'd watch
all right,
more
well,
dynasties.
Gio will watch Winning Time Bulls. I mean, like, I don't think it would be bad, but
And
I just think
you wouldn't watch one about the Warriors
No.
in a couple of years.
Nah, shit's better when you
Do I
let it
wanna watch
age for a little
Iguodala?
while.
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm
we
saying.
we
You
just
age
we
it
just
for a
saw
little
it.
bit.
Like I just said I like the Lakers
No,
one
I
because
know.
I didn't get to experience
Exactly.
any of
That's
that,
why
so
you
it's
age
cool.
it in like maybe 20 years. You don't want to watch the
30
Warriors
years,
one.
30. I don't know. Do I want to watch? No, I'm
Not
gonna say
everything
I'm
needs
not
a
gonna say what I'm
show.
gonna say. Big time. We saw Colorado. We stayed up till 3 a.m. just to watch them beat Colorado State University. But now I think that Deion is prolific. I mean, he had The Rock, he had Lil Wayne, he had fucking Cameron, he had everybody that you could think.
Offset, Kawhi.
You know what
Kawhi came out the
it's
house.
Why came out? They said he didn't want to go to Clippers games.
You know that photo? I mean, it's photoshopped, but it's like that picture of Magic Johnson and all with the fur coat, and he's got like,
Jack
Nicholson, like
Marilyn
Michael Jackson,
Marilyn
Marilyn
Monroe.
Monroe. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah. So my question is to you: who would be the Deion Sanders of college basketball?
I said this yesterday, and I think you agreed. And it's just like you feel a certain way about a guy. Like this person just like inspires people. And to me, it's like Allen Iverson. And me as someone who is from Pennsylvania, all my friends are Philly fans, and I am not a Philly sports fan. So I probably have the strongest anti-Philly bias here. I grew up and I thought Allen Iverson was so cool. His game was just so electrifying. And he is so good to like the younger generation. Like there's a lot of guys in the league now who are kind of like, oh, this league is soft. Like I would have been better than that guy if I played with this guy, that guy, cough, Paul Pierce. Allen Iverson does absolutely none of that. I think AI is just like super transcendent. He's the first guy that comes to mind every time you say like, oh, who is like influence?
I think like AI supports everybody, and I think like to come out like AI was an actual coach. Like one, you're gonna get all the kids because he's gonna be able to relate to them.
Recruiting is so
like,
important.
He can just show a clip of him fucking crossing Michael Jordan 8,000 times to all the recruits.
Yeah.
And then like he's just cool in general. Like and like all the older heads or the younger heads, like for his generation, like LeBron and all those players would come out to watch games, to watch AI coach. So like if you're getting the top recruits in the fucking nation over like Calipari and fucking like Kansas and all those places, like people would come out to watch it. Like imagine like Allen Iverson coaching like Zion or some shit. Like
That'd be so cool.
That would be fucking insane. Like, you know what I mean?
It's also, and I love college ball, but like new blood is like important. Like I'm so glad like Syracuse moved on from Jim Boeheim. Like Allen Iverson, like I'm not playing college ball, but Allen Iverson like coaching me just sounds so much more exciting than John Calipari. Like
you're tired of the old white guys?
I'm tired of Jim Boeheim running a 2-3 zone. Fucking horseshit.
You know who would be really good? And it was following kind of a similar path. Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Like, because Deion, after he retired, he got into the media.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett's doing that right now. Kevin Garnett and Deion, you know, kind of similar personality. They'll just say what's on their mind.
And everything that comes out of their mouth, though, like Deion said the thing where he was like, don't let my like confidence like hurt your like insecurity or whatever. Like I don't know if he comes up with this shit, but it sounds like everything that comes out of his mouth almost feels like biblical.
And
like,
you want to talk about
like it's like he's just
like
a poet. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about a guy that
Texas, baby.
You want to talk about a guy that elevates the younger generation of NBA stars. That's Kevin Garnett. He gives love to every young guy. He supports them, and he's bashful. He'll say what's on his mind. He's not afraid to say stuff.
Not afraid
and
to
I think like he'll bring that kind of like AI like is really cool. I think he's been quiet.
I think AI's a little bit of like a nicer guy.
AI just does what he does.
KG's a savage. I wouldn't say AI is like a savage.
No, but right now, like realistically, in the dream world, it would be AI. But like AI is drunk having fun. Like
he's doing his own thing. Well, Kevin Garnett's like
it is funny because someone asked him like a couple years ago, "Yo, like AI, like would you ever be like a coach?" He's like, "Me, I can never be a coach." And they go, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, we would never practice."
Yeah,
he was trolling himself.
So like KG has that like mentality is like we're gonna win no matter what.
Well, my thing with KG, I can only imagine like his whole team has to be able to talk shit because he told Imam Shepherd at the line, "I smell pussy." So like, imagine a team full of fucking KGs just fucking.
They're all going to be doing knuckle push-ups in practice.
What do you think this Colorado team with Deion is right now? You know, they have all the swag, they have all the confidence. They're talking that talk like that going into that Colorado State game.
I think basketball is just a little bit different. Like in terms of like especially because you see his helmets, you don't really see what's going on. You don't hear like basketball, you can like hear.
Yeah, but college football was like this, like kind of like not what Deion Sanders is now. What Deion Sanders now is bringing, he's kind of changing the college football like landscape, how people approach things, how head coaches show up and stuff. Like he's bringing that swagger that we haven't really seen in college basketball. I think Kevin Garnett could do that.
JBobby, you want to hear my top 5 breakout players for next season?
Maybe.
Well, you're going to. I'll go through them, and then you guys can tell me if you like it or hate it. Number 1, Jalen Williams. Number 2, Tyrese Maxey. Number 3, my boy Cam Thomas. Number 4, Shaden Sharp. And number 5, Jabari Smith Jr.
Tyrese Maxey, too. I think at this point, like you said, Philadelphia, they love him.
They do.
But it's his time to actually shine. So to me, he should be number 1.
He should be,
because this should be the year where you learn from James Harden. You've been in the gym. You've been around the NBA. You've been the young buck. Now you are becoming a vet in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey is the player that everybody wants to see win, and I feel like now it's not like first it was like James Harden and Embiid, and I'm like, oh, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey.
So it's
Yeah.
I want to see Tyrese Maxey take that next step and become that guy and help Joel Embiid get over that hump. Because if he doesn't, Joel Embiid is gone. Like that's the reality of the situation.
He's the
because
last
like
string
that
of the
window
process.
is closing for Philadelphia. And I don't know how much Joel Embiid can take another losing season, getting trolled on the internet and not be able to win a championship. He wants to win a championship, bro. And he's good enough to win. So I feel like if he can't figure it out in Philly and they can't give him the right pieces to do so, he's gone. So Tyrese Maxey has to take that next step. All the other young guys, they got time to grow. Tyrese Maxey is in a situation where it's like now or never in terms of like winning a championship and being that guy.
No, I hear you with that. And he'll also be on the biggest stage, too. You need the spotlight on you to break out, so that factors into it. I think I had Jalen Williams 1 just because you're going to hate me for this, but, like, he is a similar, like, type of – I'm not saying he is going to be LeBron James. I'm not saying he's the next LeBron, but he is a big dude. He plays forward, and he was a point guard at college. So he's got a handle, and he can run an offense, but he also can guard plenty of positions. He can fucking yam. He's fast. He can go coast to coast super easily. I think he averaged, like, when OKC, they were still trying to make the play-in, so don't confuse him with one of those teams. Like, Shaedon Sharpe had a great run at the end of the year, too, but they were tanking. They just said, all right, bro, like, go cook. Like, Jalen Williams was still trying to win. It was 25-4 in his last, like, 9 games of the year. Shot 40% from 3, like, in that stretch. Like, he's got all the fucking tools. I think he's going to be a star. I'd even say, I think I don't know if he'll be a better player than these guys next year, but I think Jalen Williams has a higher ceiling than Giddey and SGA.
That OKC team, ceiling. Whoa. All right, but okay.
That's what I'm saying. He's got all the tools.
It's crazy especially because SGA was. It's not like it's a little crazy because SGA just got first team All Pro, so I get it. Or first team All NBA. It's tough because he's a star, but I believe it. This OKC team is going to be nice next year.
I just say if they don't make the playoffs this year.
It's going to be a lot on the coaching because they got all these good young players, so those rotations are going to have to be sharp. You don't want any talent sitting on the bench.
There's no way you have all these draft picks and all these good players, and then you just don't make the playoffs, and then you have an all NBA player on your team.
Yeah.
And then you got somebody that could be generational in Chet, and then you got fucking Giddey, and then you have Jalen, and like you have depth.
You have the pieces.
So it's like if
there.
you can't win now, then I don't know. Then you might have to.
And
you can't blow it up at this point. You just gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
What
they should do is because they have like more draft picks than I think you have like roster spots on a team. So you're gonna have to trade some eventually. So like maybe pick the one guy where you're like, I don't see a fit this year. Put it with like 3 picks and like I don't know if guys want to go to Oklahoma City, but like you'll get a stud. You got to start to climb and stop. Like at one point, you stop gathering assets and you start pulling.
You'll get a stud. If you trade the draft picks, the draft capital, and a player, you'll get a stud on your team. Now I'm curious, really quick, why Cam Thomas? Because they have a lot of depth at the guard.
They really don't. They really don't.
Fuck with him, bro.
Well, that's my thing now. I think they are going to be forced to fuck with Cam Thomas because the thing is he's not a very good defender. That's why he hasn't been like playing much. But their team this year, I think the Nets are going to be a top 5 defensive unit. Like Mikal Bridges at the top of the key, Dennis Smith Jr., another good point of attack defender, Nick Claxton. If Ben Simmons like can be any like shell of himself, that's like 4 fantastic defenders. Royce O'Neal and Dorian Finney-Smith, 2 above average defenders. They're going to be a good defensive team. What their problem is going to be, they're going to struggle on offense. Like Mikal is great, but Mikal can't just be your ISO scorer. You're not going to win NBA games that way. I think they're going to be forced to just say like, bro, take the ball and cook. They got rid of Seth Curry. They got rid of Patty Mills. They got rid of Joe Harris. They really don't have any like spacing, like shooting. I think he's a good candidate for 6 man of the year.
But okay, that's where you see him as a 6 man. Because I was about to say they have Dinwiddie, they have Mikal.
Yeah, they're going to start Dinwiddie because they need Dinwiddie to get down.
You have Dennis Smith Jr. You have Ben Simmons, who's apparently going to have this monster comeback season. Like I just feel like I said apparently.
That'd be awesome.
I said apparently. Like, I don't necessarily agree with this.
Where are your sources?
I said allegedly. He might. I don't know. People
sources.
are saying
it came to me.
Like you heard
sources.
I said apparently. I said apparently.
It came to me in a dream.
It's apparent because I keep seeing videos of him working out and being like, "I'm gonna." Ben Simmons being like, "I'm gonna make Nets fans like me again" or whatever bullshit. Whatever.
That'd be sick, but like
I don't necessarily agree with that. But the depth at the guard position and like there's a lot there, and like Cam Thomas, I agree. He has the opportunity.
A great defender. When the Nets are playing good defense, they're not going to keep Dennis Smith Jr., who can't hit a jump shot.
Okay,
they're going to need the spacing. They're going to have Claxton and Simmons on the floor at the same time, 2 non-shooters. You can't really exist in the NBA with 2 non-shooters on the floor at the same time. They're going to need guys who can go out and get a ball.
Yeah, I agree. I like Cam Thomas a lot. Dillon Brooks is actually growing on me. At the end of the season, I disliked him heavily. I thought he was corny. Thought he was annoying. In Memphis, I didn't like him. Then he gets sent off. He gets sent to Houston.
Canada.
Which a lot of fun. A lot of shenanigans is going to be happening in Houston. Head by freak man Ime Udoka, right? Udoka. The head by freak man Ime Udoka. And then he is apparently embracing this villain arc, which I like a lot, and dropping 39 on Team USA, beating them in the bronze medal, flexing on them. He was shadow boxing in the tunnel at one point. That was funny as hell. You know what? I'm back. I think I'm back in on the Dillon Brooks train.
Dude, Dillon Brooks is the most misunderstood player in the NBA, and it's literally just because people only have 2, or it's more so he will go on and say, I'm the best defender in the league. Bro, you're not the best defender in the league. But then there are idiots on Twitter who go like, he's going to China. Like, no, he's a good defensive player. He's a good role player, but he's not going to go to China. He's not the worst player in the league. He's a one-dimensional offensive player. So he doesn't have a deep bag, but he's very serviceable. Like, he's just he's a slightly above average player, good defender. Let's not freak out one way or the other way.
39 points against.
I mean, FIBA's FIBA. Patty Mills was going crazy in FIBA 2 years ago, and he couldn't play a lick of defense on the Nets.
Man, fuck Dillon Brooks. We riding on you for life. But nah. Dead ass. Nah,
I was like, where's he going with that?
Like, listen, I'm gonna keep it a stat. I hate you because I'm a LeBron fan. You know what I'm saying? And you was on some cornball shit. And let's keep it honest. That was corny. But I understand he's embracing the villain role, and I think that if you're gonna double down and be that, then be that. Stand on that shit. Don't pedal back. I do like that. And you are entertaining, so we need that. We need the drama. But if you get fucking cooked up in spaghetti meatball this season, good luck. You might be really saying knee how after that, bro. Because he's going to be on the Houston Rockets. There's no expectations there, right?
They're trying to win this year.
He said that they remind him of a young Grizzlies team, you know. But if you're ass and you're talking shit, we know the black ball is coming. we know that's coming. So I just got to say that. But, you know, listen, man, we'll see. God bless you to your future endeavors as a
you and
fan.
Dillon Brooks have a complicated relationship.
Yeah, I'm back on the train until he does something.
They're back together.
Until he does something to like get me off. But pause. Until he does something to get me off the Dillon Brooks train, I'm on it. Top 5 winners from this past offseason. In no particular order. This is in no order. JBobby, you're gonna like this one. My first one. I gotta pull up my list. The Los Angeles Lakers. Big winners this offseason. You know, they re-signed Rui, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves had a fantastic summer. People are all over him. People love him. I love him. I love Austin Reeves. Gabe Vincent, Torian Prince, and you got Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes on the low, on the cheap. They're loaded. They got the pieces.
Christian
Wood too. I mean, they got guys. Lakers look good. Like that,
I'm listening. You
like that?
I said the Lakers are the best offseason in like July.
They're having a real good offseason. Number 2, the Phoenix Suns. Got Bradley Beal. They moved Chris Paul. They got out of the Chris Paul business, which is always good. You know, he says he's addicted to getting to the finals. He's beating his addiction one season at a time. Shout out Chris Paul. 2 years sober, 3 years sober. Good for you. They got a bunch of role players for cheap because that's all they could do. Because they have 4 players they are paying a lot of money to. But decent role players. Bol is on the team. That's fun. That's always fun to have. If you have Bol, I like you.
People always use the word fun when they're trying to sell you on Bol as if he just hasn't been cut by half
That's
the league.
all you got to do with Bol is watch 2-minute highlights and you're like, I'm sold. I'm in. Sign me up. But the real big thing is like Matt Ishbia. Ishbia. I can't say anybody. Matt Ishbia.
Okay.
Matt Ishbia, you know what is completely changing the Phoenix Suns? He's going all in, spending everything, the moves and stuff, and how I think he's also giving
TV antennas.
He's selling TV. He's not selling them.
Dropped a deal.
He's giving away TV antennas to the people of Phoenix so they can watch Phoenix Suns games for free.
Yeah.
for free.
Old school.
Like
I don't know how.
Arizona is Florida on the West Coast. This shit is crazy, bro.
They in the Stone Age.
What? I never heard. Does that work? Really?
That's what I'm saying. I have no idea how to set up a TV antenna.
Not like an actual antenna that you stick on your TV, like kind of like satellite type things. So like I guess certain people, like some people can't watch like local like cables. They don't get certain channels or whatever. So when like he's giving away these like antennas or whatever, so people could watch the Phoenix Suns.
Wow.
We love that. We love that.
Innovation.
So, Phoenix Suns. Number 3, international players. USA
That's
got
a good
cooked.
take.
Listen, they got cooked by FIBA. USA got cooked in FIBA. They got cooked. International guys on the up. Dennis Schroeder, he was named the MVP of the tournament. Okay. He was in Germany having fun. That's fantastic. Plenty of like NBA players, they got a lot of love. They stepped their game up. My boy, Nikola Jovic, had some big games. Price of the brick going up. Hear that, Portland? Price of the brick going up.
You do this after 9/11? How dare you?
How dare I?
USA.
Yeah.
It's after.
It is. It's fair game.
We're moving
Never
forward.
forget.
Fair ball.
International players, though, like low-key, might find themselves in the league. They might find themselves jobs. Like, no, dead ass.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
We are going to create jobs, and we're going to be back on top.
I'm
You
serious.
said it like there's never been international players in the league. There's a ton
No,
of
but
them.
I'm saying certain international players that are not in the league, that haven't been in the league, or like got bounced out of the league, they showed out at FIBA. They're come back.
All right,
I don't know about FIBA,
Name
but
your top 5 international FIBA
I
players.
got no top 5. I got one guy. Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Yo.
Looking like prime Kobe.
Former net.
Bro, he played USA and he got that ass spanked. Bro.
It doesn't matter. He might find himself as a 10th or 11th man on an NBA
if
team.
I send you to Jordan, you're gonna look like Kobe. There's no way.
Yo,
might.
Gio goes to Jordan.
That'd be fun.
Gio goes to space, man.
We'll plan that. Number 4.
This might be my favorite segment ever.
This is so funny.
Number 4. Rudy Gobert haters. We on the up. That's me. I'm one of them. We on the up. Listen. This includes the state of Minnesota because Rudy Gobert is apparently being shopped around to be traded. I don't know if anyone would want Rudy Gobert. I don't know why anybody would want Rudy Gobert. But he's being shopped around. So if he leaves Minnesota, the whole state of Minnesota going up. Love that for them. But also, we got to watch France lose in some hilarious fashion. There was one game against, they played against, I think it was Latvia. And they were down 2, the clock running out. Rudy Gobert was wide open under the basket.
Okay.
Wide fucking open. And the French player was behind the three-point line, chucked up a contested 3 to try and win the game instead of tying it. Buzzer goes out. And then France didn't even move on. They lost that game. They didn't move on. So, fuck you, Rudy Gobert. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me. And my last off-season winner, Nikola Jokic. This man has been just winning. He won the NBA Finals. He didn't want to go to the parade. He absolutely didn't want it. He just wanted to go home. Then he went to the parade, and he didn't want to go home. He was having too much fun. He was getting too drunk, having too much fun. Then he went home. He's racing horses. He's winning trophies. He's dancing. He's getting drunk. His teammates are going out there. Aaron Gordon was out there for a little bit. They were having the time. This man is living the best life possible. And that's my 5 off-season winners.
That was fucking cinema, Gio. Oh my God. You gotta love a good Gio rant. Oh man. All right.
I didn't want to just do teams.
Where to go from
Teams
here.
is boring. Teams is boring. So you gotta throw in a little fun.
Best wing player in the NBA.
When healthy. When healthy. I'm going to say it a third time. When healthy is Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion. Offense, defense.
No child left behind.
Yeah.
But anyway, but you got to think about it this way. Besides Kawhi, because we don't know yet.
Okay, that's cool.
Besides
Shit.
Kawhi.
Yeah, that makes it a whole lot harder for me.
Said he's on the bottom of the top 10. But best wing player, Jason Tatum.
I think he's on the way.
Fantastic.
I think he's definitely top 3. I want to see him improve his efficiency shooting the ball.
He's still super young, and he's the guy in Boston. There's no other option for Boston. He is the ride or die. Like if he's out, I don't think the Celtics are a top 6 team in the NBA. He matters that much to the Boston Celtics. He keeps putting this team on his back, leading them in the playoffs. Do they keep getting bounced by the Miami Heat? Yes, which I like. But still, nonetheless, he's still putting out for his team day in and day out. And I think Jason Tatum.
Just take a couple less threes, a couple less contested threes, and you're there.
But he needs to though. He needed to. I like who else was in the past playoffs. You know who's taken like I think the second most threes or the third most threes on that team? It's Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart should not be taking that many threes. Absolutely not.
Drawing up plays for him to hit game winners.
Drawing up plays for him to get game winners. That should not be happening. It should be just give the ball to Jason Tatum and let him cook.
It is Jason Tatum. I know we're supposed to argue, but I agree with you.
No LeBron?
No, I mean,
I didn't know you were going to go LeBron. I would have went LeBron.
Well, that's why I'm shocked.
That's too easy. That's too easy.
It is too easy. It's the truth, though.
LeBron is the GOAT. But he's in.
So we're not counting LeBron. It's everyone else. It's LeBron and everyone else.
Tatum. I wanted Jason Tatum to be so fucking good this year, but his playoff run was so fucking nasty. And I don't know what happened, but it was just it spilled over from last year finals. I don't know what it is about him. And he was good last year in the playoffs, but when it came to the finals, he was bad. And then when he came to this year's playoff, it was nasty. He was having 5 points, struggling shooting through multiple series.
Yeah, no, he had a 1 for 16 start to a game. I was shocked. I was someone turned the 3-point sliders off in 2K, and I'm watching him shoot. He's missing.
That's
everything.
what happens when you tattoo hitch on you. Hakeem Olajuwon is charging $50K for you to work out with him. He charged Giannis $50K to work out with him. That's what he's charging all NBA players. And Gilbert Arenas was making fun of Hakeem Olajuwon. Now, Giannis got money, Supermax, all that great stuff. But do you think players should be paying $50K to go work out with Hakeem the Dream?
This sounds
No.
when you said that, it sounded to me have you seen those things where it's pay it's to raise money for the writers strike, pay $5,000 to go have lunch with Adam Scott. That's what my brain went to immediately. You said $50K?
Yeah, $50K.
That's a joke. That's a fucking joke. There's no shot. Why?
It depends who you are. If you're a fucking max player, sure, go for it.
Why? No, not even. No.
But no, Gilbert Arenas made a good point because nobody.
50K is a
what was the point?
No, he was saying nobody's doing those fucking hook shots back to the basket, spinneroonies.
Yeah,
but it doesn't even matter. Honestly, if I'm Giannis, if I'm a top 10, 20 player,
Giannis doesn't need.
I'm not paying $50K to go train with an NBA Hall of Famer when I know that I'm boys with maybe some guys that are retired or some guys that are still in the league that I could train with them for basically free. If I hit them up, be yo, I guarantee you, Kevin Garnett is a guy, for example, yo, KG, can you just train, are you, I'm in town, whatever, or you're in town, whatever, you want to hit the gym real quick, you want to train real quick, he'd be fuck yeah, and he'll train with you.
I'm going to give you the beam, bro. I think people in the NBA don't fuck with Giannis, and I know I got attacked by Milwaukee Twitter, and then some girl called me ugly.
Oh, damn.
I've been attacked by Milwaukee Twitter, too.
Damn.
It's okay.
I haven't. Not yet.
She called me ugly, but I'm not going to say what I want to say. But anyway, so I was attacked by them because obviously they love Giannis. He won the championship.
Yeah.
I would attack people.
He's all they
You know
got.
what I'm saying? Exactly. What's in Milwaukee? Yeah. But fine, East African woman. But no, but think about it, right? When he said something about working out and he works out by himself and some shit like that, Evan Turner tweeted nobody's coming to work out with you in Milwaukee, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm just starting to see. And then he said the world shit. Now I'm why did he say that? Then I'm is there some type of thing going on where people in the NBA just don't fuck with Giannis?
You're pulling out some.
I think, me
right
personally, when this maybe just because I'm a pessimist, in all aspects of life, which is not good, but it's who I am. Whenever he sits down and he does the, hey, you want to hear a knock knock joke? To me, that just seems so fake. I don't trust a guy who doesn't have I sound like I'm in a Batman movie. I don't trust a guy who doesn't have a little bit of a dark side, who doesn't get angry or
oh yeah,
anything.
we're gonna get attacked.
You guys got the board.
It just
up in
feels
your room
feels
with the
corny
red,
to me.
with the red yarn. You're connecting dots and pictures. You got you're like Charlie from Always Sunny.
To me, I respect a guy
something
more
together.
who sits down is yeah, we got our asses kicked tonight. It fucking sucks. Then a guy who sits down and tells me a knock knock joke and says it's okay.
Is this your affiliate?
What's up?
Is this your affiliate? He should just continue to do what he does. I think improving your shooting if you can, yeah. But you're back to the best. I mean, you can always get better in other areas. So I'm not going to stop you to do that. But paying $50K,
that's a joke. That's hard. That's awful.
He
That's
doesn't
not
have
your
to do
strength.
that. Yeah.
I don't know about
That just looks back. This just also looks bad on Hakeem.
No, I don't think it looks bad on Akeem because it's his time. Like if you want to come
I get
work
it's
out
his
with me,
time.
I just don't think
Charge
that
cheaper though. You know what I mean?
today that kind of like translates to today's NBA.
But it's $50K for one session is like insane. Like I don't even know like if the best.
I don't know if it's one session. I think it's just 50K. I didn't know if it's one session or not. They just said
It
50K.
seems like it's one session. It's $50K. Like it's a little ridiculous.
We don't know. We can't speculate.
I feel like he could just train with better, with other options that are less money. You know what I mean? Also, fuck the Bucks.
Shout out to Novig Sports Betting Championship. If you guys want to win money, 10K in free credit, go hit that link in the bio. Shout out Novig Sports Betting, 10K. Novig Sports Betting Championship, free sign up link. Does JBobby make you angry? Well, that's good. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, baby.